So I just want to let everybody know that Krystal Dee is in the waiting room.
What? All right.
So I'm bringing her on.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, we can see
Yeah,
you.
we can see you.
I thought she was trying to be quiet on purpose to make it scary or
No,
something.
no, I'm here.
Oh, hi.
Woo! Happy October, guys.
Happy October, Krystal Dee.
What's up?
What's up is what's up. How are you? That's the question.
I'm good. This is my month.
Awesome.
I love it.
And I see we got the red Scully on, rocking a red Scully.
Yeah. I just a hint of breeze. I'm like, I gotta put this bad boy on.
No,
I agree. As soon as it got cold, I was like, the hats and the sweaters.
Yes, I love your makeup. It looks so
Thank
good.
you.
I'm glad you're in the spirit. I love it.
Did it get chilly up there yet?
it got a little chilly today. It was nice today, but now the sun went down. It's a little chilly.
So what's the weather now? Like 55 or something? 60?
I think 60s.
Are we supposed to get like dressed today? Did I miss something? I feel like I didn't understand the assignment.
No.
What did she say?
Like I'm seeing face masks and hair.
Oh,
like
yeah,
I'm like,
And glitter and glam.
New hairstyles.
I started
I
missing
feel like gem right now.
Watch Strawberry Shortcake.
Oh, strawberry shortcake.
Ooh,
There's
Felix
short-
the
I
cat.
was like,
Oh, you
what's
did,
called
Petey.
the
You watched
short-
Strawberry Shortcake with Blueberry Muffin. I know you did.
I never.
He's like, oh, you know what he did? He watched Strawberry Shortcake.
I didn't watch Strawberry Shortcake.
And
All right,
Rainbow
you
Bright.
I
watched
just
strawberry
wanna let
shortcake.
everybody
You can't
know.
say anything about the Care Bears, though.
I did look at
I
that.
never
I
watched
did.
Nick.
I never watched Strawberry Shortcake,
You
but I
watched
did watch
Strawberry Shortcake and her best friend was Blueberry Muffin. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, Felix the
I
cat,
watched some of it.
Rainbow Bright, Strawberry
Felix
Shortcake.
Oh,
All the
man.
pound puppies. I love the pound
used to
puppies.
have
Oh,
that.
no, you gotta like the Pound Puppy. That was dope.
Oh,
Remember that?
Puppy
Cartoon
power.
Network used to show all the like old school cartoons, and I watched all of it. He-Man. There was that other one, Captain Caveman.
Captain Man.
I
Oh,
love
how about
He-Man,
Captain
but wait,
Planet?
Captain
Oh,
Planet.
Captain
That's the other one I was
Planet.
thinking.
Arrow.
Yeah.
Classic. Oh,
Yeah.
we should bring it back.
Josie
I'll be right
and
back.
the Pussycats, all
Someone's
that
talking.
Oh, yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
stuff. Sebastian, the cat.
Yeah, Sebastian the cat was great. He used to do that laugh.
Yeah, that's what he used to do. He laughed like that.
Crystal, I like your background. I just realized
Oh, thank you.
webs and spiders. See,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody understands. Once it hits October, it's it. It's just time.
It's a wrap. It's like we all come out. All the weirdos come out. I
Come
love it.
out, yep.
So I grew up, I think I never got into Halloween because I grew up in a super Christian household. My mom said it was a devil's holiday. Like I wasn't even allowed to go trick-or-treating.
Well, it is.
So I never had like any kind of excitement for the costume I was gonna wear. It was like, you get to go to church and I'm gonna give you a bag of candy and that's it. Like we didn't even have a chance to celebrate it. So I never got like all the way into it.
I don't
No.
know. I think it's just like a part of you though. Like I think even if I grew up in in that environment, if I'm watching like horror movies, like that was my favorite thing. You know, every time around Halloween, AMC would have the marathons, and that's just my mom doesn't really celebrate either. I think she did because of how much I'm just into it.
Yeah.
But
No, it's in my DNA. Like my mother loves Halloween. I love Halloween. I went to Catholic school, so All Saints Day was the next day after Halloween. It's November 1st. So we always have off that November. So going, like I grew up in Brooklyn, so we would go from like the ritzy areas all the way come down, getting all that candy. Though my dad's side, they were super like Pentecostal and they would just give looks and we're just like, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
We want that candy and dressing up. I don't know. It's just like
Fun,
it's
yeah.
the vibe.
wait, Krystal, you live in New York, yeah?
Yeah, I live upstate now. Yeah.
Oh, see, I was gonna speak about a place called House of Yes, where every day there is Halloween.
Yes, I've been there. I've been there.
Yeah,
Of course.
like
Yeah,
one
my
of my
friend
favorite
is actually a
places.
burlesque person or whatever. Doesn't do there.
That's
Hey, you know what? speaking of haunted houses, Travesty, did you ever go to that house out in Massapequa?
What?
Was
The Amityville house?
He said, I do that?
No, not the Amityville house. There was a house in Massapequa, right off of 106, and everybody used to go to this house. They used to call it the Satanic House. Did you ever go out there, Trav?
Hell no, I didn't even know about that. All I knew was the Amityville Horror House, and I never even went to Amityville, but maybe twice, because I didn't want to be nowhere near that house. So
You didn't go to Amityville for the Busy Bee Mall?
I didn't go to that mall. I just drive past it all the time to go to Sunrise. But Amityville, I wanted to stay far away from that house as I could if I ever went to Amityville.
I
Now,
just
I
want
wanna
to.
see it now, though, that's what's weird about it. Now I'm like, if I ever go to New York, well, I know I will, but I'm saying when I go back, I want to see the house. I don't know why, but
Well, you know what? It's still there, but they took the two windows out that look like eyeballs. And
Oh, that's up stuff. That was that's the look of the
it
house.
was a lamp. They had the lamp.
Yeah,
in
that's
there.
the trademark. I passed by it before. I used to live in Long Island, and I passed by it, but that place, I
Sparrow,
didn't
did
know
you-
about it like that at the
Did
time.
you never went to that one out in Massapequa? It was the Satanic House.
No, but I did come across an abandoned house where there was like satanic symbols and SWAT stickers and all the beautiful, lovely things that are creepy in an abandoned house.
Wow, that sounds like 3/4 of Long Island right there.
And it was funny because I was with a group of my white friends, and I was like, "Yo, guys, we gotta go." I was like, I saw the SWAT. I was like, "Listen, for me, this is not a place for me to go. I am not wanted here. We have to leave."
Wow.
And then they were like, "Oh, it's just." I was like, "No, let's go."
Yeah.
And then we left. But yeah, it was pretty cool. So
Well, you know what? I know I was talking earlier about big news. I got big news. Did you all hear my big news?
No, you froze.
no, you cut out.
Yeah.
Totally froze. Oh, wow. All right. Well, the big news is, and I'm really excited about this, McDonald's is bringing back the McRibb sandwich. Static. Kristy, I
I
saw
don't
Kristy.
believe McDonald's. That's not big news.
But it's the McRib. It's 40 years old come November.
That's true.
You know,
Well, the
it's funny,
McRib
though.
sandwich
I don't think
was
I've even
good,
eaten it.
but
It
I
was.
had it
They
one time in
did.
my life.
Kristy, you had a few, right?
I had it one
Oh
time.
yeah, I used
Yeah,
to.
it's
what-
good, but
What I
don't
need
know.
them to do is have the Shamrock Shake all year round. That's what I need.
What's the Shamrock Shake?
Yeah.
Shamrock.
That must be something new.
It's a
Is that
shake.
like
that comes
around
out-
March?
Yeah,
Oh, for
for
St. Patrick's.
yeah, and they have it all month. It's like, it's like a, I don't even know, like a creamy peppermint patty. Like I don't know, I like it.
Mm.
Wow. Okay. Who does the Shamrock Shake?
McDonald's every March.
Never had it in my life. And
I never even seen or heard of that at McDonald's.
yeah,
I
Shamrock
must be
Shake.
missing that.
What's wrong with y'all? What's
No, I've heard
That's just in
of it.
Jersey. You
Wait,
sure that's not a Jersey thing?
I just
Is
never
that
had
just
it.
in Jersey?
No, it's in New York.
No, that's why I'm like, what's wrong with y'all McDonald's?
I've
Don't-
seen
they
it.
have-
They didn't get the
do they
message.
advertise it?
Yes, they advertise. Yes, the advertisement. Although for me, they don't have to. I'm like, March 1st. Yes, it's time.
Well,
Yeah,
I just want to let you know I already pre-ordered the McRib because
Oh.
whenever
You
they
can
said
pre-order it?
I hit that.
That's something you have to pre-order though. Like,
I just did. I just went and said, listen, I'm buying a McRib now. And they did it for me at the McDonald's. They're like, okay, just bring this back and you'll get your McRib. I was like, all right, done.
Oh shit! You got
They
the
should have
hookup.
did that for the Popeye chicken sandwiches.
What's that?
They should have did that for the
Yeah, totally
Popeye
did.
chicken sandwiches, and maybe it would have been a little less wild.
Well, Khadijah, did you ever have a McRib sandwich?
Yes, I have.
So aren't you excited that it's back?
No, not really.
Oh,
Oh
it's
well,
got to
we
be a
had,
millennial thing. Trav, it's a millennial thing, I'm telling you.
I mean, but I don't care about it either, though. Like I said, I only had one my whole life, and I didn't even order it. It was left over from like a bag of McDonald's that someone had probably like 30 years ago, and they had a McRib left and said, "Do you want it?" And I think that's the only time I ever had it.
Oh my goodness. What? Sparrow, what about you?
It was good. It
I
was good, but
love-
I was never into the McRibs. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
Sparrow, you like the McRib?
I do, but I don't eat that. I try not to eat that stuff anymore, but I do. I did. I love the McRib.
Okay, well, listen, let's be real here. To all of you people that don't eat pork, you should all at least do this one.
Hmm.
I mean, come on.
Oh no, I eat
Not
pork.
really pork.
actually.
It was
For
whatever
Christmas,
McDonald's has
yes,
created.
yes.
Okay, well, you know, a lot of people say to me, well, I don't eat the McRib because it's pork. You know what? Everybody should just make this one exception because the McRib,
Is it really that good?
It's really
Like,
good. It's
is
good.
it
Oh.
sauce
It is.
or I can't. I don't know.
it
deadly
is that
good.
good.
Yeah,
Oh
heart
my
attack and all.
Like I said, when I
I
had it, it
can't.
was good, but I never cared that much to have it again. So
But I know a lot of people talk about the McRib, so it has to be good.
every time
Oh.
is out. Every time is out.
It's unreal. The McRib, you know, let me tell you, I live at McDonald's for the time it's out. I'm not even gonna lie. And I know it's bad. I know I shouldn't. I shouldn't. I'm at the age where I shouldn't be eating any of that, but yeah, I'm gonna hit that. I'm gonna hit that like you wouldn't believe. On that. Absolutely. So, Krystal Dee, I don't know if you heard or not about my cousin. I don't know if you watched the show, the previous one, about what happened with all that. So about, you know, that he dumped the serial killer.
Yeah, I didn't get to. I've been like crazy. I have another job too. I worked at Starbucks for a week and I quit. So it was
All right,
busy
forget-
that week and I didn't get to watch the show.
Well, you know what? Forget about my cousin. What happened at Starbucks? Yeah.
No, that was not for me. I was all hyped and I was like, yes, you know, now I get to learn how like a cafe works. I was like running around with a chicken without its head.
Mm-mm.
I was like,
Mm.
this is not for me. I need to run a cafe, not work this type of cafe, number one. They were rude. I just did not like it. Running
The
ice
people?
back and forth every
People
10
was rude?
seconds and making coffee because their coffee is fresh, like their drip coffee is fresh. So I do that every 10 minutes. And then people are asking me things. And I was like, okay, this is not for me. So I
Wow.
quit this third day. The third day.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was
Wow.
crazy.
Okay.
And then
Was
in my
that the-
hotel job, everyone decided to quit. So I was just working extra hours. It was like, it was horrible.
Mm.
So, but now
But
it's
you
all
made the
good.
bank. You made the bank. You got the OT, right?
Yeah.
No, all right. Well, there you go. Well, we're so happy to see you back on the show. This is great. I mean, for real. We might even have to put the
Yeah,
title
we
is
missed-
Krystal Dee is back.
No. But I'm
Yeah,
excited to see
today.
all you guys. My God.
Hey, we
It's been
missed
a
you.
while.
We missed you. So let me ask: Is anybody going to go see the new James Bond movie?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
probably would see it.
But is
but
it?
I don't know if
Wait,
it's
wait,
gonna
is
be
this
good.
the one with the woman?
Well,
Yes.
I don't know, Sparrow. There's usually a woman in all of them, aren't they?
No.
No.
It's gonna be the new. It's introducing the new James Bond. That's a female.
Yes,
Hmm.
I heard
Because
about
this is
that.
Daniel Craig's last, time doing the films.
Wow.
So,
Really?
yeah.
Well,
So
you know what?
people were like weirded out by having a female James Bond. I mean,
What's her name?
I would rather have
Love
Idris Elba as James Bond. I think he would have been Chef's
Idris
kiss.
Elba.
the
Yes.
best James
Idris
Bond.
Elba can play any role he
Oh
wants.
my God. Yeah.
He would fit though. He already got the natural accent. So yeah. I
Yeah,
understand
and he's from there. He's from Britain. Like, that's the perfect guy.
Yes.
Smooth. Oh, Lord. Okay.
it.
Oh boy.
Great.
Let me-
Well, I know Daniel Craig made the announcement that he's not doing anymore, but to be honest, Daniel Craig announced every Bond that he ever did, he wasn't going to make anymore. So I'm sure he'll come back and do another one. That's
Probably.
that's
That's like a marketing scheme, too. It's like, oh, well, let's
Yeah.
watch the last one he's in.
Well, they do good movies.
I got to be
saw
honest.
the
I never
last
watched one with Daniel Craig. I never watched one of his Bonds.
No, they're good. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
The
I
last
mean, the
one was
best
good. What was
James
the
Bond,
last
I
one?
feel like, was Sean Connery.
Or whatever it was, but it was good. So
Yeah.
This one's going to be called what? No Time to Die. One was Die Another Day, right?
Yeah.
another day.
You might die. This
No,
could
they
be
were all
it. This
good,
is
though.
the
They were
last.
all good.
This is the last death. I don't know.
That's all he did every time. This is my last Bond I'm never doing another one. And yeah, here it is, another one. But now they're going to introduce a female Fine. Well, that could be cool. Too bad it's not Halle Berry. She would have been great.
Oh,
I
Halle
know.
Berry.
Well, how was the ocean movies when they switched them to women? I don't remember which one it
I
was.
didn't
I didn't
see
see
I
it.
it.
didn't see any of them when they switched to women.
I think because of the people they had, it was like a lot of some comedians were in there. I think it just they tried so hard. I like the female Ghostbusters. That was cool.
Yeah, that
I
was
didn't,
Yeah,
I didn't
that was
see
all
it.
right. That was all right.
That was all right. I mean, it's not like the original, but
Yeah.
I hate these
Nothing
remakes.
ever beats the
You know
original.
what they need to bring back? Do you guys remember La Femme Nikita? And then they did a remake called Nikita.
Nikita?
Oh, yes.
With
I
the
like
little
that
Asian
show though.
girl?
Nikita?
That
It
was
was a
good.
series,
Yeah, I used
right?
to watch that. I watched
Yeah,
that.
that
they
was
should
good.
bring that back. That
That
would be
was
awesome.
good.
Mm-hmm.
La Femme Nikita, never saw
I
it.
keep on dropping my stuff.
I
Sorry.
watched it all on Netflix some years ago. 'cause
So
had-
they had two. It was La
I
Femme
know one
Nikita.
was. There's two different ones. I saw the one whoever the little Asian lady.
Yes, she's a
That's
model.
Nikita.
So which one was that?
Yeah, yeah.
Which one was that called?
That was
just-
Nikita.
okay,
Nikita
I saw that,
series.
but I
And
never
it's
saw the other.
supposed to be a spin-off of after her and Michael, because in La Femme Nikita, her and Michael, like, they had this like offhanded love affair, and then they finally hook up and escape together, and then now this
Yeah.
is supposed to be like after the aftermath of them, and then she
Okay.
goes back to rebel.
So then that's the one I saw that when they escaped together, and that's how it ended because they finally whatever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta tell you, I never saw it. But you know what? Bottom line, best martial arts film, go Travesty.
I mean, I don't know if you're into it like me, because I got a lot of them. I got Chinese Connection. I got Five Deadly Venoms. I got Fist of the White Lotus.
You got all. You got all.
Yeah,
the,
I was a karate head, so I could go on and on and on. Yeah, I don't know if anybody
Kung
knows
Fu
any of these
Hustle.
movies.
Kung Fu Hustle.
Oh, that was funny. I
Yeah,
saw
that was
was
funny.
funny.
That was a
Good
movie,
one.
though.
It was hilarious.
That was
The
hilarious.
fight were
That was a
awesome.
funny
I
movie.
was going with Kung Fu Hustle.
I mean, that's not all right. Like I said, that's like a comedy type thing. It's not the real, you know what I'm saying?
The real deal.
Anything with Bruce Lee, I think. You can't
All
go
the
wrong with the
Bruce
Bruce
Lee
Lee
movies, Enter the
film.
Dragon.
That's what I was gonna
Yeah, you
say.
can't
The
go
Dragon, hands down. Or
You
it's called, what's it? Ong Bak? It's like the Thailand one. Have you ever heard of that one?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It's like the Elephant Man. I can't like think of the name of
What
it.
was his name? Yes. I know what you're talking about. And they made a series of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What was it called? That one I would say would be the best, but if I could remember the name,
Yeah, I
can't.
cannot remember. It's like Ong Bak. I can't think of it. Let me get
Yeah,
it.
It will come out of the
Wait,
dredges.
You talking about Ip Man?
Is that
Man
it?
was-
Ip Man,
Ip
yes.
Man?
Yes.
Ip Man
was
1, 2, 3,
good.
4. I saw all of
Uh-huh.
those. All those were good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What about Crouching Tiger?
Oh yeah, that was a good one. That
Only
was a
thing
good
I hate that
film.
I had to read the
Yes.
whole damn thing. I hate movies I gotta read the whole movie. But other than that, the movie was good.
Yeah.
So I saw it in the theater when that came out, and I couldn't wait. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I couldn't concentrate on what was going on because I was reading everything. And I hate when that, I don't like doing that.
I know I have to do that for anime. I'm like, damn it, not a dub. I'm like, I have to read the subtitles. Ugh.
Yeah, because you can't look at it if you're reading it. You're looking at the bottom, and on the top, all the action is happening, but you got to know it's
Yes, facts.
But I actually love subtitle movies. Like one of my favorite movies is City of God. And like I was so
Oh, that was good.
subtitles and reading and everything.
That
Did you
was a
guys
great
ever
movie.
I'll
see
watch it.
City of
Yeah.
God was a good
Parasite? There's another one that's like
Oh, I
that
didn't
where
see
you have
that. That's on
it's
my list.
good. It's wild. If
Uh-huh.
you're gonna sit and read though, make sure you I don't know. That movie's long. So
That was good. That was a
Oh,
good
no, but
one.
I'm so used to it from watching anime. I can read it subtitles.
I can
but
watch. Anime is too.
cool. I'm gonna
I
watch
think
that.
you have to be awake though, because imagine like you're in a bed, you're trying to watch the movie, but you have to read. And you're
No,
tired.
I do it with the anime. I'm like, oh, fuck, but if it's interesting, intriguing, yeah, I'm gonna watch it then. Maybe tonight. Parasite, right? I have it on-
Yeah, be the perfect way to start off, October.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna throw a movie out there, and unfortunately, it did have subtitles. It was a martial arts film. I literally did not pay attention to it. Not the film itself, but the subtitles. I didn't care what was going on because the action was tremendous. And that was a movie called Fearless with Jet Li. Anybody ever see that one?
Fearless with Jet Li. I forgot about Jet
I think I
Li.
did see that.
Good martial arts.
Fearless was good. I did
Or
see that.
how about The Last Dragon with him? It was called The Last Dragon.
The one, what, the
The
one
one
we
when
were
he
talking about
fights-
last week?
Travesty was in that movie.
The one
He was
I
like-
said I was in it.
Oh,
I
you're
couldn't
talking.
remember the
Oh, yeah, the show enough. Not that one.
The real Last Dragon. Okay.
The one with Jet Li when he fights these two twins, these Russian twins, and then he does this like scene where he fights like these. He runs into this room full of martial artists, and they all circle around him, and he just fights them all off miraculously. And then, but I forget. It was a
Yeah, I don't know
movie
what movie
about.
that was.
Oh, what was the name of it? This movie was official. The fight scenes were like amazing in that one. But it will come to me. It was
Well,
not Enter the Dragon.
Well, you know what? I'm going to go with that one. That was the best all time. Though was Enter the Dragon. I mean, that literally put everything on the map. And the sad
Yeah,
thing
it
was,
did.
Bruce Lee died before the movie even came out. That was the sad thing about all of that.
Wow.
Before it was even released, he died right before the movie came out.
Yeah.
He came a long way from being Kato on Batman and Robin. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah.
I tell you.
Good one.
So, moving along from best karate films and martial arts films, I guess gotta say this just recently came to me. I know R. Kelly was found guilty, but does everybody know that Bill Cosby actually weighed in on R. Kelly being found guilty? Did everybody hear about that?
Oh my God.
Wait,
Bill
No.
Cosby weighed in.
I can't.
talk about these men, these people. Oh
Bill
my
Cosby weighed in. He weighed in about R. Kelly, and he said R. Kelly basically got a raw deal, and he was railroaded, and he got screwed. Bill Cosby
Wait.
himself weighed in on
He
it.
didn't say
Fuck
that.
that
Wait,
guy.
he defended
Fuck
R.
that
Kelly?
guy.
Wait, he defended R. Kelly?
Yeah,
Well,
well,
he
they're
could've
both
said
like a
anything,
psychopath.
actually.
I guess
They're
rapists
murdered.
stick together, huh? Birds of a
Okay.
feather flock together.
According to-
Hashtag
Exactly.
racist.
See, but wait. Did he really say that, or is this a rumor from something and they lying to say it? Because I don't believe Bill Cosby said that.
No, actually,
After what he been through, he
Andrew,
need to just shut up.
Like,
and
is there a
just do
video
himself
of
something.
this?
So I don't know if that's true.
Andrew Wyatt, a spokesperson for Bill Cosby, in an interview with the New York Post,
Oh,
basically said that Bill Cosby has basically weighed in and said exactly what I said, that
But
he was
did
railroaded.
anybody hear him say this?
Well, I don't know if anybody. No, this was a spokesperson for Bill
But the
Cosby. but, you know,
spokesperson,
that's-
I mean, he hired this guy to say and to hand it to the New York Post.
Exactly.
No,
It is not
I
his
need
spokesperson.
video.
But
I
you
gotta
need
see
video
Bill Cosby
proof.
say, "No, you better- you
Denial.
better
I
roll
don't-
with it."
I'm
Now, I
not-
would have to
we're
see
not-
it.
no.
I gotta see it.
Oh, nah.
Well, you know, the same thing is, R. Kelly couldn't believe he was convicted. It's like, wow.
Yeah, like what? Like he still
yeah, I
believes
could
in his
believe
own
that.
lie. Like he
Because he
did
didn't think he
nothing
was doing
wrong.
nothing.
You know, it's sad though. It's sad to even think that they thought that, oh shoot, I'm actually not getting away with this. Like they're so blatant about it because how much they get away with it just because they're famous. And you know what? Forget famous. I people get away with this stuff on a lower end too. So it's just like it's horrendous. These guys just, you know.
Right.
So yeah, it's funny or not.
Unreal.
That's crazy.
Hey, P,
Well,
I-
that's the same thing, though. You know, I mean, it usually that's how it is. You know, when you have a lot of bank, you got a lot of people that could become what's known as an apologist for you, and then it's frightening what you can do. And you know, these guys are getting away with it, especially apparently Bill Cosby for all the years that he was doing what he was doing. Unreal.
I
Go figure.
just need proof though. I need proof in the pudding.
Well, I don't know if you're gonna get a video.
Proof in the pudding.
I gotta see him saying it. This time, day and age, everybody has video. If he wasn't on Instagram or YouTube or whatever it was, wherever, I don't believe he said it unless I seen his mouth saying what he was gonna say.
I don't know.
She said it in a way like, ha ha, bitches, I got away with it.
Right. Like, how about you just don't weigh in for the rest? How about you just ease on in for the rest of your life?
They're gonna get him like they got OJ, please. They're gonna find some.
OJ was off the chain. Oh my God.
Well, you know what though, going back to OJ, I mean, I really don't believe he did any of that. I got to be honest. There's no way the man could have done that well. There's no way.
Wait.
Child.
I got my little theories too. I don't think, put it like this, he had something to do with it, but the actual act, I don't think he did. I really don't. And if he did, it wasn't just him. He had help. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it was probably hard.
there's something real fishy about that whole thing. I know he probably wanted to do it, or maybe got someone to do it and set something up in some kind of weird. He was deeply involved with it, but I honestly don't know if he actually was the one. You know, myself.
Yeah, the glove didn't fit. Remember?
Yeah, because of all the blood, though. You know.
Well, it's true.
Right, and your
If you're not
footprint
guilty,
that
you're
no one
not
else
running
has.
away.
Doesn't fit.
That check was horrible.
You know that
The dog knows who did it because the dog was there.
the poor dog's
But
trauma.
he's still guilty. Even if he got someone to do it, he wanted to kill his wife. Period.
So he still should have
Yeah.
done something because he's involved. I know he was involved.
Yeah, he wanted to kill his wife. I mean,
He did.
didn't think about his kids. Nothing. F him. And he was involved. Either he did it or he didn't do it himself. Maybe paid someone to do it. That could be believable. But he still wanted to kill his wife. Period.
He did.
That was some like months into the thinking. Like that was
That
like
sucks.
fire. That was like some real.
Like a episode of Snap.
Yes, that's what it reminded me of, for sure.
Wasn't they exes at that point?
Yes.
They were divorced already.
They were?
But he was
Yeah.
still obsessed
Yeah,
with
and
her.
she was living at her own place.
Yeah, that's why he did it, because when her and the boy, whatever his name, Goldman or whatever, was driving around in his new car that he got for her, that's what threw him over the edge. Because he was sitting around town, driving the car that he bought for her and all that kind of stuff.
I could see.
I
I mean, he could have
He's
just
like,
took the
"My
car.
G-"
Like he didn't have to kill her.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, she got some audacity. Like that's a lot of audacity right
Or
there.
maybe he didn't mean, or maybe it was, you know.
But wasn't he abusive to her? Wasn't he known to be abusive?
Yeah,
My ass.
possessive.
Or maybe he
I
didn't
am
mean to
struck.
kill her and he did do it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Maybe he
true.
just
He
slapped her
could've
around
been
a
like
bit,
her.
and then she fell and hit her head. And
Yeah, well, he should
the
have had
man
right away. He
just
would have
went all
just
to
gotten
pieces.
manslaughter.
She probably she was like, you hit me. Now I'm gonna drive the next nigga in your car. That's what you get for hitting me. He's like, yeah, bitch, stab. That's it. It's done.
He didn't pull
And then-
I just want to keep my name. Like she was like, no, I
Yeah.
want to keep my car too.
No. And you know, it's funny because I've seen this, like, you know, guys can't take it when women move on. When they're abusive like that, they cannot take that. You know, when a woman moves on from an abusive man, that's the most dangerous part of being that. It's safer to be with an abusive man than to move on from him because he'll kill you for it.
Can you put the
National
mask back
period.
on one more time? Can we get another? We just want to get another shot. Give us a big roar with the mask on.
Oh, wait, I'm gonna bend down and then come back up. Hold on.
All right.
You're supposed to talk with the mask, and it's scary. when
Can
you don't
I? I
say
don't
that.
even know this work. Oh,
I love it.
That mask is cute.
Y'all are so.
I hope you wear. You should
I
wear
love
that mask when you're on the subway. You know,
I
listen. I don't want. There it is.
imagine nobody would fuck with me. There
No,
we
you
go.
wouldn't- no, but
Go-
you would be on somebody's
to go-
Instagram.
Or someone
You
might
would
just
be on
punch
someone's
me, just
social media.
fucking freak out. I don't know.
You know,
like,
you need
the
to
way-
go into like a pitch black park, like when it's really dark, and then
Yeah.
just walk, turn that thing off, walk, and then when you see like a bunch of people, turn it on and start running to it.
Oh, listen.
Imagine,
No.
imagine
Where
how
they're all
that is
black
Central Park
and all
while you're
black.
walking.
Oh my god.
Let them see that come
Oh my gosh.
Crystal, turn on the Randonautica app and go out with that mask on. Watch what happens.
Fuck that app. That app creeps me out. No.
That I watched that thing.
Did you?
That is I didn't go inside the app. I didn't do it, but I watched the YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, after that, I saged my whole house and everything. I just couldn't. I was creeped out for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Kids slept in the bed.
Exactly. There's something off about that app and the creator of it too. Like, no.
What app is this?
Randonautica.
Randonautica. If you YouTube it, you'll just see like collections of all these people doing this app that's a game. And basically you just put your intentions, you put it in, and then it'll tell you somewhere that's near you with those intentions. It's so crazy. It's so fucking crazy. And people be finding weird things like, I don't know.
It reminds me of what, fair.com. Remember that movie? The website was coming to be real, whatever the heck it was, or something like. No, not me.
Yeah, no. I was like, no, that's too weird.
No, I was seeing that, and then the stuff they were finding, and then the ghosts that they were capturing inside the feeds and stuff, like the weird stuff. That was creepy, and I can't. Hey, any of y'all, listen, any of y'all out there on that app, there's adventure, and then there's just straight danger. That is danger. Yeah. That is straight danger. You could be adventurous, but different way. Please stay away from that app. It is no good.
Well, guess what? On our next show, we're all going to go up to Krystal Dee's, and we're going to Randonautica up at Krystal Dee's.
Up here? Nah. No, I'm not doing that. It's gonna take us to somewhere in an alternate universe because there's damn forests around here. No, thank you.
Oh, yeah, you're upstate.
An alien might just pop up.
Perfect.
You know,
I mean,
if you know what I would use that app for? If the world was ending and I knew we couldn't escape a meteor, and I'd be like, I'll use that app and put the intention portal.
If you put portal,
Bermuda Triangle. And I want to go through that portal. If we're dead, we might as well walk through the Bermuda Triangle and see what's on the other side.
Yo, you see any UFOs? You see any UFOs yet?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys look up the documentary, I think it's called something Hudson Valley, like UFO Hudson Valley, Alien Hudson Valley, something like that. I'm in the Hudson Valley, so it's easy to see in the sky. Here, I'm out there just chilling and vibing, and I'll see something that I know that's not a plane, and that's what's up.
Is the sky real clear up there?
Yeah, upstate. Yeah, it's like you feel like you can touch
clear.
the stars.
Yeah, it's more clear than it is. Like
that's a beautiful sentence. You feel like you can touch the stars.
Yeah, that is.
Because Pete, remember we went to Cornelia.
Oh, well, that was oh God.
What's the
Trav and I we were in junior high
The sky was beautiful though. If you remember in Cornelia, this was a class.
I don't know, Peter. Looks like it was a terrible time. He's shaking his head, and I want to hear this story.
Oh, no, stories. Well, no, we do have stories.
We're listening.
We're listening. We're like, we do have stories.
Juicy.
Well, first of all, it was the camp they used to film the very first Friday the 13th, and we went to that camp.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's
cool.
what
they say, and it looked just like it. So I guess it was true.
And then they sent us out in these freaking canoes. It was freezing out there. I'm like, yo, if we fall in the water, we're gonna die of hypothermia.
Remember, we went in September. It wasn't that bad.
It's cold enough state, man. It was cold up there.
It was, but I had went twice because when I was in Grace Lutheran, I went. Now, when I was in that time, I went. It was freezing because it was in February, and it was like no warmer than 15 degrees every day, and they had us doing that type of crap. Yeah, so.
They had us doing these death marches, walking through. It was like miles and miles of walking in the middle of the freaking night. You know, there was no lights. You know, you didn't know who the hell was going to come back.
What was this? Like a program? Like it's just an overnight camp?
It was it was definitely a sleepaway camp. Yeah, they had the little they had the boys' side and the girls' side, and
Yep.
That was horrible.
The girls had a cabin and the boys had one, and
I mean,
that
sounds fun.
It was awful.
Oh wow.
Well,
fun.
you know, it was frightening because you didn't know what was going to jump out at you. They had us walking on these trails in the middle of the night, and then during the it was nuts. It was nuts. And then on top of
That
that,
sounds cool.
yeah, all the counselors that were there were all drunk. Everybody, you smelled booze
Oh,
on
so
all
this,
the.
oh, okay. See, I get it. If you guys
I
have
don't
Friday the
remember all that.
13th
I don't know.
there,
Only Peter
and then
remember
you
that.
went to that camp, I can see it. But sounds pretty cool. If they're drunk, you could just do what you want.
I'm telling you, it was unreal. Well, no, but the teachers were there too. But the counselors that worked the camp, they were all drunk. Everybody was bombed. It was unreal.
Oh wow.
Upstairs, they're bored up there. They got nothing else going on up there, you know. So what else can you do but drink?
There's nothing but drink. Wine. That is it.
Maybe if they had like, I don't know, it probably would have been worse. If they had phones like we have now. then
Oh yeah, we
you
didn't have
guys
any of
would-
that.
There was no cell.
There was, there was you
I
did
don't
we
even
there
know if
was
they had a regular. They might have had a phone at the place.
they
I
had the
guess it's
walkie-
just another perk of our generation.
But Peter, remember they had the lodge where we used to eat the food at?
yeah,
And you
that,
used to have to walk there for every meal. For lunch, you went
Oh.
there. For breakfast,
2.5
you went
mile
there.
walk to get breakfast.
Wow.
For dinner, you
Well,
went there.
by the time you get there, you worked up an appetite.
That's true. Positive side of things.
Well, you know what, Travesty, we should go UFO hunting up there. I agree with you on that. If we do it, we
If
should
you
do that.
guys, seriously, I'm definitely down. You'll see one. I'm
See
telling
some
you.
UFOs.
I got a
Yeah.
tent. I got a 7-person tent. It's a
Ooh.
teepee tent and it fits 7 people.
No, I'm not tenting. I'm not camping out here.
So we need like
Glam-
a glamping. You
Yes,
know, like we have
glamping,
like
that's what I was gonna say. I wouldn't. That's like on my bucket.
petrified.
Peter gonna have
Yes.
his
Of
corner
nature.
I want to do
I
that. I
eventually-
want to do glamping. I definitely want to do that.
We could go glamping and then watch
Let's
the
do it.
sky and see if we spot
You go.
something.
You do the glamping. I'll do the Motel 6 out there. You know, I need
No,
walls.
you don't
No,
want to do it.
You would stay in a
You
motel.
don't want to do that. That's worse.
Glamping. Glamping is
Glamping.
Are
good.
you? Are you? 'Cause
All right,
Last
Travesty,
time-
you want to go do some? You want to do some glamping, Travesty?
I'm
Let's
not a
do
tent
it.
person. You could ask me that. I ain't no tent.
I would do glamping anyway.
Right? Glamping. Because like camping, I don't know. I've never done it. I'm too scared of bugs. Like
There you go. I don't like bugs.
I don't like bugs.
I
I'm
know
not
everybody
that
thinks of bugs.
bad.
I don't care. Nobody thinks
It
about
is-
it either.
Well,
It's not that bad.
Well, Kristy, really quickly, you're from the South. Did you do a lot of camping or glamping in the South?
Well, I was in Girl Scouts, so I did a lot of camping.
Oh. Why? You're
How
like,
was
yeah,
that?
okay.
I mean, I kind of, when I did the Girl Scout cookies and sell that, I was into that stuff. Like I used to love doing camp trips and all that stuff like that growing up on Bumpkin.
Did you sing campfire songs?
And earn patches.
I did earn practice.
Oh,
Did we have that? Yeah.
Oh.
And it was funny because even like selling the cookies, I made like an enterprise of it. I was like, okay, let me have a couple of people, and here you take these sheets and you go in within your network and you sell my cookies and connect to me. I would
My girl.
but yeah, I mean, I did. Yeah, I definitely did that. But I used to do camping, but I used to like just outdoorsy stuff. I was obsessed. Those were like the popular movies growing up. Like people out in the woods and doing going to some kind of camp. Like I remember I was obsessed with that stuff.
I think of horror films. When you think of the woods, I think of Friday the 13th. I think of
that's
horrible things. I don't think of nice things. Blair Witch Project. No.
Oh my God.
Oh my
I'm not
god.
about that life.
I still don't understand what the hell was going on with that movie.
That's like a
I
film
wish I was.
nostalgia.
I wish I was outdoorsy.
Well, by the way, speaking of the Blair Witch Project, a lot of film on YouTube, a lot of clips where people are randonauticing. They're randonauticing in that same forest, and all kinds of crazy things happen in there.
Yeah, there's probably like some type of weird ass like portal-y thing going on. The energy there probably like
Yeah.
it's open.
It's in Massachusetts, right? It's in Massachusetts.
Which
don't-
wouldn't be surprising with all the witches and stuff, that history there. That's
yeah, but the
forgot
thing
about
about the people using that app most likely don't even know. Either they know the history and they want to find it, or they're completely clueless and just
probably.
do. I'd say so. Someone now would not have likely seen the Blair Witch Project and just like, oh, okay. I don't know what this place is, but I'm gonna go.
Well, you know what? I got to tell you, if the big one would have hit, or if we all had to live off the outdoor, I would never be able to do it. I'm telling you, I couldn't do any of that.
I
No
love
way.
that shit.
You would have no choice.
The first thing I would do is eat the wrong berries. No, don't eat those out too late. What's gonna happen to me? Forget it.
What are you gonna do when the zombie apocalypse breaks out, man?
I would try to find some wild grapes and ferment it and turn it into wine or something. I'd be like, oh, let's get drunk. Find some grapes.
Exactly. That's all you have to do.
All I know is I'll go down fighting. I don't care.
But
If it
that's what I
becomes something
said.
crazy
Yeah, at
like
the end of
that,
the day,
I'm not dying.
You'll
no
be like the
time.
moonshine maker.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need that guy in the
We
group.
wouldn't even have
The
to
guy who
do
makes
it.
the
I mean, at that
alcohol.
point,
I'm
just
not dying.
break into a
Until
store.
I get tired of running, maybe.
Coming
That's
back
about it.
after a hard day killing zombies.
All right, so you know what? Where can we go glamping? We'll try this glamping thing out. Where do we go? Up by Krystal Dee? Krystal Dee, we go by you?
Yeah, because even in Jersey, I know they have a glamping thing. We can meet right in the middle or up here. It's like the same distance anyway. I'll
Yeah.
figure it out. But yeah,
Listen, I'm terrified of Jersey. Jersey, I can't do Jersey.
then do
That-
upstate because this is where I know you'll find a UFO because it's known in the Hudson Valley.
well,
It's
I wouldn't
known.
I wouldn't be surprised if most of the people from Jersey are from other planets. I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh my
DJ
God.
like that.
wow. You know,
Facts.
Except for Khadijah, our favorite millennial. She is not from another planet. Speaking of that,
Okay, except for you, girl. And I know a couple of Jersey people that I love, but yeah.
speaking of our favorite millennial, Khadijah, do we have a millennial report this evening?
let's see. Simple. The one what I just brought up. The current generation not knowing anything about history and just doing things without being educated.
Oh,
That's
No
fair.
one cares. They don't care anymore. It's like long as it's on the internet, it's cool, or you know,
Yeah,
the
that's
biggest
not
celebrity
millennial.
has it, they're gonna do it.
That's not
Like
millennials.
this-
That's the younger generation.
That's
Yeah,
what I mean.
Zoomers.
Yes. That's what I'm complaining about. The ones after me. After me, it's over. They might be done for.
I think
Well, you know-
because they have like they're so like we're actually, I think the millennials have the opportunity to have like a grandmother or some elder that was like connected
Mhm.
with history where we'll hear it by family stories
Yes.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Now
for sure.
when we're getting further in, it's like they don't have that. They don't have like that elder to tell them crazy stories and
That's
how
true.
things can be, you know?
I have to say that's true.
'Cause their
Yeah, I
parents
don't-
are just 10 years older than they
Kinda
are.
sad.
Right. Their parents are are like still kicking it on
It's
the street.
beautiful,
Listen to
man.
the same
It's
See,
music.
my disappointment with the Zoomers is that we millennials, Zoomers out there, we're talking to you, the next generation, the torch bearers who want the torch. So here's the deal. This is how you go get your crown because we've earned our crowns, boo boo. And this is how you go earn yours. We created this stuff for you guys to change the freaking world, not to sit here and bully everybody on this and then judge everyone about who's wearing this and who's acting like that and everything. You guys were supposed to change the world. The generation of millennials, when we was making these technology, we was influenced by Back to the Future and Star Trek and Star Wars and all this stuff. That was the idea when we was heading towards this stuff. And then you guys took it far, that was far left shit. You guys took that shit like in a whole other level of bullying and like, what are you guys doing? That's all I have to say. Sorry, my rant.
No, you're right. But I have to defend the younger generation because it's us millennials that raise these kids. So it's the parents that are my age who are raising these kids like that. And it's not the kids' fault, really, because at the same token, we should be raising them like about all these things that we know. But it's like, oh, well, the kids have to be like this way. We have to care about their feelings. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, the old school way is like, no, but that's how we were raised.
That's another
Well,
thing.
yeah, but also, yeah,
They're
but
so
what they did was
sensitive.
they made it hard for us. What happened was in the millennial transition, what we was going through was that they made everything expensive, and we had to go to work and focus on careers. And then on top of that, we was also making that trending of going into the workplace too. So
All right.
so we split up the household in so
You know what I
many
think
ways.
it
No, I
is?
think
Yeah, no, but I agree. I think it is that. I think that children who are younger, like after millennials, sorry, I just got home.
Yeah.
That they're being raised by TV, whereas you know,
Yes.
especially with
I-
women having to work, more women not really having, or children not having a two-parent household, that's becoming more and more common. And actually, have you guys ever heard of the guy who did experiments on mice and how it is a direct representation of urban communities, basically,
Yes.
or the world in general. Yeah, and it's exactly that. The younger generation are being raised without children or mothers or nurturing or anything of the sort, and the males have become, I guess,
Weak.
yeah, have become weaker and more sensitive, and the women are becoming tougher, but they don't have that maternal thing in them.
Well, you know what? Since Travesty and I are the elders here, the Gen Xers, we say a lot of we look at the millennials the same way you're looking at the generation below you. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but I think it's
No,
worse.
that's real. That's real.
But that's
Every
the thing is that
Well, I
it
think-
deteriorates. The
Right.
further you go, the worse it gets.
I agree with that.
So the thing is that I feel like with the younger generation, it's like we overemphasize on like awareness, right? We always emphasize like, oh, the reason why they're doing this is because of da 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 da, and we like sit on that. We sit on like what we found out, like, oh my gosh, you know, how would you like the sensitive or how they process certain things? Like, well, don't you understand that the way that they're approaching this is they may have had some kind of traumatic response and blah 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 blah. Like we identify all these like the symptoms, but we never take the time to put the action behind it to be like, okay, we've identified it, then like how do we actually deal with these emotions, or like how do you actually process this stuff? It's like we just leave it at there and then we don't do anything with it and accept it as is, rather than like, hey, let's actually, okay, this is how you shouldn't talk to someone, or this is how you shouldn't be. Let's do something about that, you know? And I feel like there's too much like acceptance and like we're just supposed to accept it as is because of this, instead of it's like, well, no, let's kind of find a way to really interact with each other the way we're supposed to and go back to a normal society where like you don't say crazy things or you don't do certain things, or like you don't let somebody do something.
I think the reason why that is too and why it got worse is, again, TV raising children as well as technology, meaning you can say anything you want through the internet. One, you're losing social skills. That's number one. So you don't know how to have it come off or to say it correctly or to put in the right words.
That's
and two,
true.
when you can hide behind a screen for as bullying, you say whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like people need
You're
to
brave without being in my face. Come
it's
say it
like
in
there
my
are no
face.
consequences anymore. Whereas before you do something, you know, my grandma always says, or my mom always says that my grandparents are way easier now than they ever were on her. And I think that's like a thing.
Well, that's,
like
but that's a given.
You nailed it.
That's a given. That's a given.
No, it's like there's
Yeah,
no consequence in every choice. There's a consequence to it. Whatever you do, there's a consequence. And maybe one you like, and maybe one you don't like. But
I
you
was
know
just
how to
saying that
process it.
earlier. I was just saying earlier to a young woman, young lady, that what we need to approach, because we're talking about like how traumatized everyone is. Peter, go ahead, say what you're gonna say, and then I'll say what I'm gonna say.
No, I was going to jump on that because the problem is that, you know, when Travesty and I were growing up, especially me, I don't know what it was like in Travesty's house, but you know, I had both parents, and if I did step out of line, my father definitely would have whacked me in the back of the head. And be honest with you, my mother would have whacked me in the back of the head too. I really feel that today, parents today are too terrified to be parents just because a child can go in and say whatever in school and say, oh, my mommy squeezed my arm a little too hard. Now you got police, you got ACS, you got everybody coming.
That's
so true.
Say everyone's too sensitive now.
Yeah.
It's
True.
terrifying.
Well,
But, you know,
that's what
getting
you're sensitive about.
getting back to the TV situation, I watched a shit ton of television, and we had computers. I know you look at us like we're in a
but our
stone.
computers didn't
Well,
do
no,
shit.
it's
Oh,
but
you
it's
played
I
Oregon
think
Trail growing up.
it's a combination
Our
though.
computers
I
didn't
think
do
that
shit.
Well,
That's it.
everything transitions to now. It's like where we had a balance of
Computers
we
done
had
it.
our technology and gaming, but we also had social interaction more so in an interpersonal setting. And then like what I was trying to like to go back on what you said, Kristy, and with in regards to like everyone's like no one's taking action off of the information of our awareness. And I feel like that starts with like we have to understand that we're all coming from a standpoint of being traumatized. Everyone, the whole world is pretty much traumatized. Everyone saw George Floyd die. So even those who didn't even never saw that now seen it, and everyone's aware and they're afraid. And what it is the trauma had made us all condemn each other. So we're approaching even our judicial system, like these women coming out talking about the rapes that's happening to them, and we're all condemning each other. We're at each other's throats because we're all traumatized.
I think though a big part of that still is that a lot of older people, like one of you guys said it, are not around to teach the history. You can only take action when you're angry about something and you know. But because it's not taught in schools because we don't have older generations who experienced it like hard, it's how can you do something when you don't know?
Well,
Right. When no one's, there to teach you.
I got you. And I'm glad you brought that up because when I was growing up, not only did I have my parents, I had an uncle in one house across the street. I had another uncle down in the corner. It was impossible to get away with anything. I mean, that's just how it was back then.
Yeah, but our families are so damaged that a lot of us have to stay away from uncles and aunts. And there's the toxicity of families it's like the way we approached our society when we was transitioning from from like basic whatever to technology, and when we went that direction we lost ourselves. Like we lost our sense of humanity amongst each other. And then I see friends that watch those videos of people getting killed for entertainment.
Yeah, that's awful.
It's mind-boggling. Or like when people see that you nail, like when I see people like standing around seeing someone getting their ass beat and they're just all with the camera, and I'm like, and the person's going in, it almost looks like they're about to kill them, and I'm like, how are you all not like wanting to break it up or like
interfering?
And it's just like it's so crazy to me.
No one wants to
traumatized.
And we and our judicial, like we're talking about judicial reform and what we should do. I personally really feel we should approach our judicial reform from a standpoint of healing, not a standpoint of condemning. We need to implement systems like therapy systems, transitioning systems, and healing systems. And then on top of that, the social workers who help with these things need to take lie detector tests. We need to vet these individuals who have the power to affect our lives in so many ways, because so many of us need help and we're afraid to put ourselves out there to get help because how the information is being used, and people are aware of that. There are people that refuse to even admit to their mental disabilities because they don't want to even claim anything because of the vulnerability that the door it opens, and then the stigmas that come with that.
Well, you know what? I got to tell you, I hate to interrupt this because this was great, but it is that magic time. Khadijah, thank you for the Millennial Report, pointing out that the generation below the Millennials, it's so far gone, they haven't even started yet. But Khadijah, good job on that. Sparrow, way to kick in there. And Krystal Dee, unbelievable to have her back. And I think Kristy, I think it's phenomenal that you were a Girl Scout. And I just want to know what the highest level. I just want to know what the highest level of Girl Scout you were.
I don't even remember. I did how I am now is how I was as a kid. Like anything I was going to try. I was going to try it and do what I can. I think I fell off. I forgot when I stopped being a Girl Scout because I discovered sports and ended up like going down that path. But yeah, I don't even remember. I did. Yeah, probably.
So do you know which berries to eat if we ever have to rely on berries?
Look, I'm with Travesty. Like, we gonna do whatever we need to do to survive. I would always tell you, I don't know where the knowledge is gonna pour in from my ancestors, but I got us.
I said all the time, if it happens, guess what?
Will you eat it too?
I would be like, look, y'all, we just need to go ahead, rub our hands together, let's create a like.
Termite,
I got us.
termite gumbo.
Oh Lord, we're dead. We're dead. No, we're all dead. Kristy, come
So
on.
we eating you. We are eating you, Peter. If you don't want to eat stuff, you become food.
That's what it is.
Well, you know what? I could definitely be a meal for somebody for a few weeks. All right.
Oh my God. We're like, we're good for a minute.
You want to taste like a McRibb?
Oh.
You're right, it is good.
We'll go ahead and start the sign off. Sparrow, sign off, starting with you.
Hey, shout out to Van Duzer Civic Association, and shout out to Stapleton Saturdays for allowing Sparrow International to come on and do our thing, hence the makeup and Khadijah's makeup. And remember, subscribe, like, if you want to know where the hairdo came from, leave a comment and we'll get back to you about that. So thank you.
All right, Khadijah, our favorite millennial, signing off.
Happy fall.
Okay. That's a good one. I like that.
Happy
one.
fall.
Happy
Happy fall. If you guys know any good scary movies to watch, let us know, because I fucks with that. And
Did you see Fair Street on Netflix with the 3 episodes?
3 episodes. That's
Someone
a theme.
told me
Why would
about
they do
that.
Fair Street, look at that. Look at Fair Street.
I say watch.
3
Squid
different
Games.
episodes on Netflix.
I say watch any of the American Horror Stories. Those are great.
Or
Oh
that,
no,
or
I'm
that,
watching that
Season.
currently.
or
My
that.
favorite.
But the one we're looking at now, I don't know. It was good up until the last episode. So whatever.
All right, Krystal Dee, you're up.
All right, peace and love, guys.
All right, Kristy.
Hey, just sending good vibes. Y'all have a wonderful week, and we'll catch y'all next week.
Oh, sounds like a plan. All right, well, everybody, be safe. Wear your mask still. And for all of you that have kids out there when nobody's looking, it's all right to whack them in the back of the head once in a while. just don't get too excessive with it. All right, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
When nobody's looking, smack the kid in the back of the head if he steps out of line or she steps out of line. But you know what? Have a great night, everybody. Travesty, over to you.
We out.